We're journeying through the fascinating world of virtualization and cloud computing, from the privacy of private clouds to the openness of public ones, from the convenience of infrastructure as a service to the flexibility of platform as a service. Your adventure in the CompTIA A Core 200-2011-01 exam prep in the domain of virtualization and cloud computing kicks off now. The first question is about a company's plan to maximize security by implementing virtual desktop infrastructure, VDI. The IT administrator is evaluating different cloud deployment models for this purpose. Which of the following options is the administrator most likely to choose? A. Public cloud. B. Private cloud. C. Hybrid cloud. D. Community cloud. The optimal choice is C. Hybrid cloud. It combines the security of a private cloud with the scalability and cost-effectiveness of a public cloud. This allows for flexibility in managing sensitive data and adhering to international data privacy laws. While public clouds are scalable but less secure, private clouds offer high security but at a higher cost. Community clouds, shared among similar organizations, may lack the control or scalability a hybrid cloud offers. Two, a software development company is looking for a solution that allows its developers to quickly create environments for testing new code deployments. Which service would be most suitable for this requirement? A. IaaS. B. SaaS. C. PaaS. D. Public cloud. The optimal choice is C. PaaS. PaaS, or Platform as a Service, provides a ready-to-use environment ideal for developers to quickly create testing environments. In contrast, A. IaaS, or Infrastructure as a Service, provides infrastructure like virtual machines and networks, but not a ready-to-use testing environment. B. SaaS, or Software as a Service, provides software applications on a subscription basis, not a testing environment. D. Public cloud is a type of hosting that's accessible to the public, but doesn't inherently provide a testing platform. Three, an organization has a workforce that is constantly on the move. Employees need to access and modify certain files from various devices and locations. When a change is made on one device, it should be reflected across all other devices. Which characteristic of cloud computing best supports this requirement? A. Elasticity. B. Metered utilization. C. Broad network access. D. Shared resources. The best choice is C. Broad network access. Broad network access allows employees to access and modify files from various devices and locations. Changes made on one device are reflected across all others. Here's a brief about the other choices. A. Elasticity refers to the ability to quickly adjust resources to meet demand. B. Metered utilization refers to the pay-as-you-go model where usage is tracked and billed. D. Shared resources refers to the pooling of resources to serve multiple consumers. Four, a company wants to virtualize legacy OS and software so it can be accessed from different platforms. Which purpose of virtual machines best fits this scenario? A. Sandbox. B. Application virtualization. C. Cross-platform virtualization. D. Test development. The optimal choice is B. Application virtualization. It abstracts applications from the OS, allowing legacy software to run on any platform. In contrast, A. Sandbox, a testing environment that isolates untested code changes. C. Cross-platform virtualization allows software to run on multiple OS, but doesn't virtualize a legacy OS. D. test development creates virtual environments for testing new developments, not for running legacy systems. Five, a rapidly growing software startup needs to deploy its new web application to the cloud. The application is expected to experience significant fluctuations in user traffic, with peak periods requiring much higher processing power and memory than average levels. Additionally, the company prioritizes data security and compliance with specific industry regulations. Considering these factors, which cloud model deployment strategy would be the most suitable and why? A. Public cloud with horizontal scaling. B. Private cloud with dedicated resources. C. Hybrid cloud with containerization. D. Serverless computing with auto-scaling. The optimal choice is D. Serverless computing with auto-scaling. It adjusts resources automatically to meet fluctuating demand and ensures optimal performance during peak periods. It also provides robust security features and compliance with industry regulations. In contrast, A. Public cloud with horizontal scaling can handle traffic fluctuations but may not meet security and compliance needs. B. Private cloud with dedicated resources offers high security and compliance but may not efficiently handle traffic fluctuations. C. Hybrid cloud with containerization offers flexibility and security, but managing auto-scaling might be more complex. Six, a company is looking for a way to streamline its software development process. They want their developers to focus on writing and testing code without having to manage the underlying infrastructure. They also want to ensure that the environment is scalable and can handle multiple development projects at once. Which cloud service model would be the most suitable for this requirement? A. IaaS. B. SaaS. D. Private cloud. The best choice is C. PaaS. It provides a ready-to-use environment for developers to build and test applications, handling multiple projects simultaneously. In contrast, A. IaaS provides infrastructure but not a ready-to-use environment for application development. B. SaaS provides software applications on a subscription basis, not a testing environment. D. Private cloud offers scalability and self-service through a proprietary architecture, but doesn't inherently provide a platform for application development. 7. A company needs to migrate its e-commerce platform to the cloud while ensuring compliance with strict data privacy regulations. They require the public cloud's scalability to handle fluctuating online traffic, but remain hesitant to store sensitive customer data outside their control. Which cloud deployment strategy best balances these needs? A. Pure public cloud with data encryption. B. Pure private cloud. C. Hybrid cloud with data segregation. D. Community cloud specifically for retail businesses. The optimal choice is C. Hybrid cloud with data segregation. It offers the public cloud's scalability for fluctuating traffic and the private cloud's control of sensitive data. In contrast, A. Pure public cloud with data encryption offers scalability and encryption, but may lack control over sensitive data. B. Pure private cloud provides control and compliance, but may not handle traffic fluctuations efficiently. D. Community cloud for retail businesses. Shared infrastructure among similar organizations, but may lack control or scalability of a hybrid cloud. 8. Which cloud characteristic allows services to scale resources up and down based on usage demands? A. Rapid elasticity. B. Shared resources. C. High availability. D. Metered utilization. The best choice is A. Rapid elasticity. It allows cloud services to quickly scale up or down based on demand. In contrast, B, shared resources, refers to the pooling of resources to serve multiple consumers. C, high availability, refers to systems that operate continuously without failure. D, metered utilization, refers to the pay-as-you-go model where usage is tracked and billed. 9. In the context of cloud computing, which characteristic allows for the automatic adjustment of resources to meet fluctuating workload demands? A, resource consolidation. B, broad network access. C, on-demand self-service. D, scalability. The right answer is D, scalability. It's the cloud's ability to adjust resources to meet demand. The other options are A, resource consolidation, using one system for multiple services. B, broad network access. Services are available over the network. And C, on-demand self-service. Users can provision computing capabilities as needed. 10. An organization wants to implement desktop virtualization so employees can access their desktops from any device. This would be an example of A, IaaS, B, SaaS, C, VDI, D, PaaS. The right answer is C, VDI, which allows remote access to desktops. The other options are A, IaaS, offering virtual computing resources, B, SaaS, delivering applications via the internet, and D, PaaS, a platform for developing and managing applications. (11) A cloud provider groups servers and infrastructure together to be used in an on-demand and highly scalable way by multiple customers. This is an example of A, rapid elasticity, B, resource pooling, C, high availability, D, measured services. The right answer is B, resource pooling, which groups servers and infrastructure for multiple customers. The other options are A, rapid elasticity, scaling resources based on demand. C, high availability, ensuring operational performance. D, measured services, optimizing resource use with metering. (12) A company switches from locally hosted email to web-based email through the browser. This is an example of which service model? A, IaaS, B, SaaS, C, PaaS, D, private cloud. The right answer is B, SaaS, which delivers applications like email over the internet. The other options are A, IaaS, offering virtual computing resources. C, PaaS, a platform for developing and managing applications. D, private cloud, a cloud service not shared with other organizations. (13) Which type of cloud environment is characterized by services offered over the internet, available to anyone who wants to use or purchase them, and is maintained on third-party servers? A, multi-tenancy cloud. B, distributed cloud. C, public cloud. D, intercloud. The right answer is C, public cloud, which offers services over the internet, accessible to anyone, and maintained by third parties. The other options are A, multi-tenancy cloud, a single software instance serving multiple tenants. B, distributed cloud, a public cloud service running on devices in different locations. D, intercloud, a connected global cloud of clouds. 14. In the context of cloud computing, which term refers to the dynamic provisioning and deprovisioning of resources to match the current demand without manual intervention? A, autonomous scaling. B, demand-driven distribution. C, rapid elasticity. D, dynamic resource allocation. The right answer is C, rapid elasticity, which allows quick scaling of resources based on demand. The other options are A, autonomous scaling, not a standard term in cloud computing. B, demand-driven distribution, not specifically about scaling. D, dynamic resource allocation, a broader term involving other aspects of resource management. (15) A software development company wants to provide its developers with a platform that includes the operating system, middleware, and runtime environment, allowing them to focus solely on writing the code. Which type of service is the company looking to use? Infrastructure as a service, IaaS. B, software as a service, SaaS. C, virtual desktop infrastructure, VDI. D, platform as a service, PaaS. The correct choice is D, platform as a service, PaaS. PaaS provides a ready-to-use platform including the operating system, middleware, and runtime, enabling developers to focus on coding. Briefly on the other options: A, IaaS offers virtual computing resources. B, SaaS delivers applications via the internet. C, VDI hosts desktop operating systems on a centralized server. As 16. A multinational organization has recently migrated its services to a cloud environment. The nature of their business demands 24/7 uptime with real-time access to services, even in the event of a system failure or during routine maintenance. Additionally, they require the system to automatically recover from failures without any manual intervention and to maintain service availability during updates. Which of the following cloud computing characteristics best describes these requirements? A, file synchronization. B, shared resources. C, high availability. D, rapid elasticity. The best choice is C, high availability. High availability in cloud computing refers to a system or component that is continuously operational for a desirably long length of time. It ensures an agreed level of operational performance, usually uptime, for a higher than normal period. For the other choices, A, file synchronization allows files to be stored in multiple locations and ensures that all copies of the file are updated when changes are made. B, shared resources refers to the pooling of physical and virtual resources that are used by multiple users. D, rapid elasticity is the ability of a cloud system to scale resources up or down quickly and easily to meet demand. (17) Using virtual machine software to run multiple operating systems simultaneously on a single computer provides which key benefit? A, improved security. B, faster performance. C, lower cost. D, testing environment. The correct choice is D, testing environment. Virtual machines provide an ideal testing environment by allowing multiple operating systems to run simultaneously on a single computer. The other options, A, improved security, B, faster performance, and C, lower cost, are not the key benefits of this setup. (18) What type of hypervisor runs directly on server hardware for faster performance? A, Type 1, B, Type 2, C, native, D, hosted. The correct choice is A, Type 1. Type 1 or bare metal hypervisors run directly on the host's hardware, offering faster performance. The other options, B, Type 2, C, native, and D, hosted, are not typically associated with this level of performance. 19. A company needs to virtualize an old custom software application that only runs on Windows XP. What is the best purpose for using virtualization in this case? A. Sandbox testing. B. Legacy software support. C. Application development. D. Server consolidation. The best choice is B. Legacy software support. Legacy software support is a key benefit of virtualization. It allows older software that may not be compatible with newer operating systems to continue to function in a virtual environment. For the other choices, A. Sandbox testing. While virtualization can provide a safe environment for testing, it's not the primary need in this scenario. C. Application development. Virtualization can be used for application development, but it's not the main requirement here. D. Server consolidation. This is a common use of virtualization to reduce hardware costs, but it's not the focus in this case. An administrator runs multiple virtual machines on a Windows 10 desktop using VMware Workstation. This is an example of which kind of hypervisor: A. Type 1, B. Type 2, C. Native, D. Hosted. The best choice is B. Type 2. VMware Workstation is an example of a Type 2 hypervisor. It runs on an existing operating system, in this case Windows 10, to manage and run virtual machines. For the other choices, A. Type 1. This type of hypervisor runs directly on the host's hardware. It's not the case here, as VMware Workstation is running on Windows 10. C. Native. This is not a type of hypervisor. It might refer to software or applications that are written to run on a specific platform. D. Hosted. This is not a type of hypervisor. It might refer to services or resources that are provided over the internet. 21. After an operating system update, a company's critical application stopped working. The IT administrator decides to run the legacy app in a virtual machine with an older OS. This scenario best demonstrates virtualization being used for A. Sandbox testing, B. Legacy software support, C. Application development, D. Server consolidation. The correct choice is B. Legacy software support, which refers to using virtualization to run older applications that aren't compatible with newer operating systems. The other options are A. Sandbox testing. This involves using virtualization to create a safe, isolated environment for testing new software or configurations. C. Application development. Here, virtualization can be used to create different environments for developing and testing new applications. D. Server consolidation. This refers to the use of virtualization to combine multiple servers onto fewer physical devices, saving costs and resources. 22. A company needs to simulate different network environments to test a new custom software they are developing. The solution that provides this testing environment is A. Application virtualization, B. Legacy OS virtualization, C. Cross-platform virtualization, D. Sandbox testing. The correct choice is D. Sandbox testing, which refers to using virtualization to create an isolated, controlled environment for testing purposes. The other options are A. Application virtualization. This involves running an application separate from the underlying operating system. B. Legacy OS virtualization. This refers to running older operating systems in a virtual environment. C. Cross-platform virtualization. This involves running software across multiple operating system platforms. 23. A software developer wants to test an application on multiple operating systems without having to install each OS on separate physical hardware. The best virtualization solution for this is A. Application virtualization, B. Legacy OS virtualization, C. Cross-platform virtualization, D. VDI. The correct choice is C. Cross-platform virtualization, which allows software to be tested across multiple operating system platforms without needing separate physical hardware. The other options are A. Application virtualization. This involves running an application separate from the underlying operating system. B. Legacy OS virtualization. This refers to running older operating systems in a virtual environment. D. VDI, virtual desktop infrastructure. This involves hosting a desktop operating system within a virtual machine running on a centralized server. (24) You are working with multiple virtual machines within a host. You want these VMs to communicate with each other but not beyond the host. Which network connection type should you choose? A. Bridged networking, B. Network address translation innate, C. Private networking, D. No networking. The correct choice is C. Private networking. This type of network connection allows VMs to communicate with each other within the same host, but not beyond it. The other options are A. Bridged networking. This connects a virtual machine to a network using the host computer's Ethernet adapter. B. Network address translation, NAT. This allows a virtual machine to access network resources using the IP address of the host. D. No networking. This isolates the virtual machine from the network and the host. (25) A software developer needs to test how a new application performs when running on older Windows operating systems. The developer decides to utilize virtual machines to test Windows XP, Windows 7, and Windows 8. What is the primary purpose being served by virtualization in this scenario? A. Legacy OS support, B. Sandbox testing, C. Cross-platform testing, D. Improved security. The optimal choice here is A. Legacy OS support. This is because the developer is specifically testing the application on older or legacy Windows systems. Let's briefly consider the other options. B. Sandbox testing typically involves testing in a controlled or isolated environment, which isn't specified in this scenario. C. Cross-platform testing would mean testing across different operating systems, such as Windows, Linux, or macOS. In this case, the developer is only testing different versions of Windows, not different platforms. Lastly, D. Improved security can be a benefit of virtualization, but the scenario doesn't indicate that enhancing security is the primary goal of the developer's use of virtualization. 26. A company recently upgraded all employee laptops to Windows 11. However, a few employees need to use some custom engineering software that is incompatible with Windows 11. The IT administrator implements virtual machines running Windows 10 only for those employee laptops. What is the purpose of using virtualization in this case? A. Application development, B. Legacy software support, C. Server consolidation, D. Testing environment. The correct choice is B. Legacy software support. The company is using virtualization to run an older version of Windows, Windows 10, on the new laptops. This allows the employees to continue using the custom engineering software that isn't compatible with Windows 11. A. Application development. This involves using virtualization for developing and testing new applications. However, in this scenario, the focus is on running existing software, not developing new ones. C. Server consolidation. This refers to the practice of using a single server to run multiple virtual machines to maximize resources. This scenario is about running a specific software on employee laptops, not about server management. D. Testing environment. While virtualization can be used to create a controlled environment for testing, the scenario doesn't indicate that testing is the primary purpose here. The focus is on supporting legacy software. 27. A small business wants to implement virtualization to support some legacy software on a few Windows 10 desktops. Their budget is limited, so free solutions are preferred. Which Type 2 Hypervisor software should they utilize? A. VMware vSphere. B. Microsoft Hyper-V. C. Oracle VM VirtualBox. D. Citrix Zen Server. The most suitable choice in this scenario is C. Oracle VM VirtualBox. This is because Oracle VM VirtualBox is a free and open source hypervisor, which makes it an ideal solution for a small business with a limited budget. It allows the creation of virtual machines running different operating systems, which is perfect for supporting legacy software on Windows 10 desktops. Now let's briefly consider the other options. A. VMware vSphere and D. Citrix. Zen Server are both Type 1 hypervisors and are typically used in enterprise environments. However, they are not free, which doesn't align with the business's preference for a free solution. As for B, Microsoft Hyper-V, it's a Type 1 hypervisor included with Windows Server and some versions of Windows 10, but it's not free for all versions of Windows, making it less suitable for the business's needs. 28. A network administrator wants to reduce the number of physical servers in their data center. They decide to implement virtualization to consolidate multiple servers onto a single physical machine. Which of the following is the primary benefit they are seeking from virtualization in this scenario? A. Improved application performance. B. Reduced hardware costs. C. Enhanced network security. D. Faster software development. In this scenario, the most suitable choice is B, reduced hardware costs. The network administrator is aiming to consolidate multiple servers onto a single physical machine through virtualization. This approach can significantly cut down on the costs associated with purchasing, maintaining, and powering physical servers. A. Improved application performance can sometimes be a benefit of virtualization, but it's not the primary goal in this scenario. C. Enhanced network security can also be a byproduct of virtualization due to the isolation it provides, but again, it's not the main objective here. Lastly, D. Faster software development can be facilitated by virtualization as it provides developers with isolated environments for testing and debugging. However, this scenario is focused on server consolidation, not software development. 29. A technician enabled Hyper-V on a Windows 10 desktop and wants to create a new Linux virtual machine for testing. Which steps need to be taken after the VM is created in Hyper-V Manager? A. Configure virtual switch only. B. Install OS ISO file and configure hardware. C. Enable virtualization in UEFI first. D. Import existing virtual disk file. The correct choice is B. Install OS ISO file and configure hardware. After creating a new virtual machine in Hyper-V Manager, the next steps are to install the operating system from an ISO file and configure the virtual hardware according to the requirements of the Linux distribution being installed. A. Configure virtual switch only. While configuring a virtual switch is an important part of setting up network connectivity for a VM, it's not the only step needed after creating a VM. C. Enable virtualization in UEFI first. Enabling virtualization in the UEFI or BIOS is a prerequisite for using Hyper-V, so it would have been done before the VM was created. D. import existing virtual disk file. This is an option if you're migrating a VM or duplicating an existing one, but it's not the typical next step after creating a new VM. 30. An administrator wants employees to be able to access some legacy software that only runs on Windows 7. The company computers have all been upgraded to Windows 10 Pro. Which features need to be enabled first before creating Windows 7 VMs in Hyper-V? A. TPM and Secure Boot. B. Virtualization support and SLAT. C. DP and NX bit. D. IOMU and page tables. The correct choice is B. Virtualization support and SLAT, second level address translation. Before you can create and run virtual machines with Hyper-V, you need to ensure that virtualization support is enabled in the BIOS or UEFI settings of the host computer. Additionally, Hyper-V requires a processor with SLAT capabilities for efficient memory management. A. TPM and Secure Boot. These are security features that can enhance the security of the host system and virtual machines, but they are not prerequisites for creating VMs in Hyper-V. C. DP and NX bit, data execution prevention, DP, and no execute bit, NX bit, are security features that can prevent harmful code from running in protected memory areas. While these features can enhance security, they are not prerequisites for creating VMs in Hyper-V. D. IOMU and page tables. IOMU, Input-Output Memory Management Unit, and page tables are related to memory management and device I/O in virtualized environments. While important for performance and functionality, they are not prerequisites for creating VMs in Hyper-V. Thank you for watching. We hope this video has brought you one step closer to acing your CompTIA A Core 22011-01 exam. For more practice questions, be sure to check out our next video on hardware and network troubleshooting. Remember, practice makes perfect. Keep learning and you'll master these concepts in no time.